Special focus on Eurozone and especially Italy this morning. I will show you some charts of the CDS in Italy. We'll talk about Italian bond markets, Euro dollar, and we'll end with an update on the FTSE MIB index. So first of all, if we look at the Italian CDS 5-year, as you can see, a major upside breakout on CDS this week, with CDS almost more than doubling over the recent period, from a very low level at 100. So the CDS hit this week 250 and even went higher at the start of the week. What we can see here is that it's the most significant upside breakout on CDS since 2011. So a major trend change, and of course, technically speaking, a potential major trend reversal. The only reason why I would turn a bit more bullish on Italy now is if we see a deep setback below 200, which seems in the short term highly unlikely. If we now switch to Italian 10-year bond yields, also a significant upside breakout above a key resistance zone at 240. 240 was a major resistance zone since late 2014, early 2015. So major upside breakout. The next Fibonacci resistance at 3.5 was hit very quickly in just a couple of days. What is likely in the near term is a stabilization like what we saw over the last couple of days below this level, so below 3.5. However, I think now it will be very difficult to move back below the support zone at 2.5, 240. So what is likely is a stabilization around 3% in the short term. Then later on, possibly a new test of the 3.5 resistance and maybe even higher during the summer. If we complete this view of Italian bond market with a spread between Italy and German 10-year bond yields. So what we can see here is that the spread rose sharply, very sharply over the last week, surpassing its previous top of 2017. And so what we can see here on this chart is also a major upside breakout. The 200 basis point area is now becoming an important support, and I don't think we are going to see a deeper setback below, significantly below this level. So there is also a potential major trend change on the spread between Italy and Germany. Of course, what's happening in Italy is very good for the Bund. And we saw that this week German 10-year bond yields dropped below an important support at 0.50%. Now if we switch to the euro dollar, as you know, the selling pressure has been very, very strong since a couple of weeks, with the rate ignoring oversold signals since a long time, since a couple of weeks. We even saw at the start of the week a breakdown below the 117 support zone, which was an important support zone as discussed last week. And the next Fibonacci support at 114.50 was almost hit at the start of the week. Anyway, we started to see a technical bounce on the euro dollar close to the 115 area, which is now an important support. The next one, I would say, we are starting to see a technical bounce back to 117 yesterday, and possibly so the start of a stabilization between 115 and 117. So there is an improvement in the short term on euro dollar, and possibly the start of a bottoming process around this level, and followed by a more convincing technical bounce. So the euro dollar was the first to decline, and it seems that a lot of Eurozone risk are now discounting. However, given the strong selling pressure we saw recently, I wouldn't call for the start of a sustained technical bounce within coming weeks or months. I think the best case scenario would now be a technical bounce between 119 and 120. If we end this overview of Eurozone markets, so I would show you an update on the technical outlook of the FTSE MIB index. What I noticed at the start of the week is that we started to see first oversold signals during the panic selling move of Monday and Tuesday. A Fibonacci support at 20,900 was almost hit on Tuesday. We're possibly starting to see a technical bounce or at least a stabilization attempt above this important support zone. But a bit like on the euro-dollar, I think that playing a sustained recovery from here is quite difficult and quite risky. My best case scenario for a relief rally on the FTSE MIB would be a pullback near the 200-day moving average, which means around 22,700, max 23,000.